Hello everybody, and thanks for joining me for another fly tying video. Today I'm going to be tying fronds bitters the usual. In the vise we have a Camisson B160, and this is in a size 14. For our thread, we're going to be using uni thread. This is 8/0 and fire orange. And we're going to start this thread directly behind the eye. And we're going to work our way down to the point. And at this point we will remove our thread. And we're going to come halfway back up for the measurement of our wing. This is where we're going to put our wing. So you come halfway back up to the eye. And for the wing, the tail, and the dubbing for this, we are going to be using Snowshoe Rabbit. And I have it in a dyed yellow. So I've taken the thing apart, and this is where I'm going to be choosing our wing and our dubbing. So I'm going to talk about that just a little bit. So we're going to be using for the wing, I'm going to try to use some of these fibers for our wing as well as our tail. So really this is at the end of the foot, and you can find the same down here towards the bottom as well. These are a little softer, but I really like these. So that's where I'm going to remove. I'm going to find a patch that I like. And now something like this is what we'll end up with. I'm going to remove some of the fluff from the bottom. And our measurement here, we want about the shank length of the hook over. So we'll measure about this distance, and we can remove some fibers here. I like it right about there. I'm going to come in with a pinch wrap and come directly down. Now my wraps, I'm going to work back and not forward towards the eye. Trying to keep everything on the top of the shank. Now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut at an angle back towards the back of the fly, towards the tail, like so. And this will help with our taper for the fly. We can leave it just as it is. Now we're going to come back to the back of the fly. Right about here is where we add our tail. We're going to cut those same fibers, just a smaller portion. Clean those up a bit and I'll show you. Something like that. Our measurement is really about, again, it's 3/4 length of the shank for the tail is what I try to keep it at. And I'm going to come and I'm going to add right on top of the shank that tail, and then I am going to go ahead and wrap forward, trying to stop at that same section where we ended our wing. I'm going to try to create that taper with that cut. Now at this point I'm just going to go ahead and clean everything up and bring our thread back to the back at our tie-in point of our tail. Now for the dubbing, in here you can get some really soft. There's some really soft, nice dubbing that I can just come in and just pull out with my finger. I'm just going to work it in my fingers a little bit and make it loose. It doesn't take much. We have a lot more dubbing than what we need. I'm just going to come in and try to create a small dubbing noodle. And it's okay if the thread shows in on this pattern. Once it gets wet, it really sticks out, the thread. And most people, or I'm not going to say most people, the traditional is to use a white snowshoe rabbit, which I also use as well. But I really like this yellow. This represents a sulfur, so more of the fish that I target like the sulfurs. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and use our dubbing. Work all the way up. to right behind where we have our wing. I'm going to come in again, add a little bit more dubbing. I'm going to lift this up in the front, and I'm going to create a dam with that dubbing to hold that up. Come to the front, grab a whip finishing tool, get that tight. And that's it, folks. That is a Franz Better's The Usual size 14 tied on a Camisson B160 hook. And this will float like a cork. And if it does get wet, you really don't need any floating on it. Just put it in your hand and give it a few blows and dry it off, and you'll be back to fishing. So this is a size 14, and I did want to show in the Camisson, this is a size 16. So a huge difference in their hook sizes. You keep that in mind if you do look for those hooks. Hope you like the video. Hope you like the fly. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you can. And I look forward to bringing you more videos of flies that I like to fish as well as tie. Thank you.